Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Friday, August the 19th, 2022. Friday, August 19th, 2022. Not a cliffhanger Friday. Things just kind of moved along in the land of Port Charles. There was a whole lot of time spent dealing with Britt talking to Cody, Cody talking to Britt. I've actually honestly fast forwarded quite a bit of their conversation, but what I did zero in on and kind of hear, I don't know, Cody has more of an ulterior motive than he is ever letting on regarding their fathers knowing each other and being in business in the cartel together. Something he wants something else. Either his father left him some kind of letter saying Cesar Faison has something of his or some money somewhere. Something is going on with that. So we'll get to the bottom of that later. I'm sure it will come out. But when Britt was leaving, because he invited her to the Quartermain picnic, and she said something a little snarkier left, but when she got outside, she kind of smiled, and I thought, oh no, Britt, not this guy, not this guy. He's all wrong for her, 100% all wrong for her. Let's see what else we had. Of course, boy, little Violet's gonna get waterlogged, spending so much time poolside. So I didn't really deal with Harrison and his dad. I mean, Finn and his dad talking. No, about Elizabeth again. It comes back to Elizabeth, though, really kind of opened up a bit with Elizabeth with the cracked vial in her hand. TJ walks in and says, "Hey, Nurse Weber." And then he notices it and he goes, "Oh, what happened here?" "Oh, nothing, nothing. Just, it's nothing. I'll take care of it." He goes, "No, no, let me look at it." She goes, "Well, don't you have patients? What about your patients?" He goes, "You're my first patient of the day." So he looks at it, he cleans it, he does send her to X-ray because he goes, "We need to X-ray to make sure, for one, it didn't tear any ligaments or there's no more glass shards in there, whatever." So she's getting ready to go to X-ray or turning to go to X-ray, or maybe X-ray is done at this point because her hand is already bandaged up. You could tell I'm not medical. I don't know. Would they take an X-ray with the bandage on already? Hey, that's a that's a little technicality. I don't know, so I'm not even gonna pretend. But she looked at the stair, the door that said stairs on it, and of course flipped back into yet another flashback. This is happening more frequent with her. She's spacing out more. And for Elizabeth to be a professional to just be ignoring this, that is very unprofessional of her. She needs to be like um Brando was on Sasha about her therapy. Somebody needs to insist that Elizabeth has therapy. But she's so pretending nothing's going on, they haven't caught it, that she's starting to hallucinate and see things. That's going to be a dangerous, dangerous thing. She's probably going to end up screwing up with the patient, phasing out. So the show ended with Finn actually calling her mother. So we're going to see the Webbers and or perhaps just her mother coming to town. We'll see if the father feels parental enough to want to come to town to see about Elizabeth. But for sure, I think they're going to bring her mother into town. And boy, um that's going to send Elizabeth through the roof, and that'll probably make her stop talking to Finn. So then we had some time with Olivia was talking to Dante about Sam and giving him some encouragement. And the Davis girls, they had a little Davis girl get together, which they haven't had in a long time. By this time, Sam had already left, but Gregory and little Violet had popped up because they all, caught up their mom as to what was happening with their lives. Just a little Davis girl time. And so Gregory was, gonna go in, because Finn told Gregory, oh, Alexis says you're, what do you say, pestering her or bothering her or whatever the words was. I think it was pestering or something. And so he was just like, hi, and getting ready to go in, and Violet says, hey, that's the lady, and blah, blah, blah. So Alexis is like, well, come on over and, have a seat. And he's like, no, I don't want to pester you. Finn told me that's what you said. And she goes, well, I was taken out of context. You ain't, come on, sit down. So he pull up a chair for Violet too. So they kind of have a little, talk and chit chat. And Violet's like, my grandpa tells the best bedtime stories. You ought to hear them. And, she kind of looks. And then she was saying something about you like my grandpa. And Alexis was like, I like your grandpa's writing. Yes, I do. She's kind of like, right now, me and your grandpa are kind of at odds. But you know what? That's the next couple. And I actually like him for Alexis. He's smart. He's educated, opinionated, doesn't have a problem disagreeing with Alexis, and that's exactly what she needs. He will keep her on her toes. He really will. So I hope that progresses, and I hope that blossoms. But one thing Molly did tell her mother in the beginning of their meeting, that she is really considering leaving the district attorney's office, because she just doesn't feel that they're too much on the letter of the law and not the spirit of the law. So she's like, she's really gonna switch, really thinking of switching to criminal defense. And Alexis was following in your footsteps, Mom, criminal defense. And Alexis was like, no, but you know what, honey? Whatever you choose to do, whatever you choose, it's up to you. I'm good with it. No problem. But she's happy that Molly's, and Molly to me, has always been a defense attorney. She loves to fight a good fight. She loves to fight for people, fight for causes. It was never in the DA's office, but I'm glad that's going to be over. So then we had Spinelli and Maxie talking, and he was saying he's over Britt, that's fleeting. And, Maxie's like, well, good, because she's not a match for you. You need someone that likes Star Wars or knows about Star Wars. She's just going on and on and on. And he's looking at her and he goes, I've already found, someone. She goes, oh, who are you holding out on me? And I'm thinking, oh no, don't tell me it's Maxie. He's falling for Maxie again. Oh, goodness gracious. She will run all over him like she always does, like she's doing right now. Spinelli. So while they're talking, Austin pops back in. She goes, Austin, I thought you were going to be out of town longer. Nope, I finished up what I needed to take care of, and I'm back. Well, Austin's Sleaze's cousin, I mean, you could tell this guy is no good. And just his whole conversations they're like ominous and cryptic with what he's saying. Austin knows what he's saying, and Spinelli is thinking, what on earth are you saying, man? Austin, you left too soon. The family felt there was more business to take. And I'm thinking, okay, Austin is involved with some type of mob family. That's exactly what they're getting ready to go with that. Even though he was a doctor in Paul talk, but the family, I guess he was involved with the family business, or the family, because the guy alluded to wanted something on that Quartermain angle out of Austin, and that didn't materialize. And so the guy is like, I'm gonna be here for as long as it takes. I'm trying to convince Austin to come back and finish bit. I mean, it was just really, that should have been a red flag to Maxie. Just this whole guy's conversation, there wasn't even a niceness to him at all. So Spinelli wants to talk to Maxie. He goes, look, can we talk about childcare? Because Mac and Felicia can't watch the kids, all afternoon. So Spinelli and Maxie go over here, and Austin steps up to the guy. He goes, because Maxie invited him to the Quartermain picnic. And he says, oh, yep, I'll be there. And Austin's like, there is no way that you're going to be at that picnic. And the guy's like, shh, watch me. And Austin steps up to him. But it was so interesting how Spinelli was trying to get Austin not to go to the Quartermain picnic. He goes, yeah, because you're at odds with them. Look, I will be happy to accompany Maxie to the Quartermain picnic. And Austin's like, no, I'm on speaking terms with them. I will be taking Maxie to the picnic. And then Maxie's like, why don't you both escort me? That was her main thing. Yeah, you both can escort me. So we're gonna see. And I thought, okay, Spinelli is staking his claim on Maxie. Except I don't know if it's because he truly feels Austin is hiding something, or does he feel that he wants to be with Maxie? I don't know. So we shall definitely see about that. But then when Finn arrives at the hospital and he's trying to talk to Elizabeth before he called her parents, and she's like, I'm going to tell you the truth. And then she really didn't. I was distracted, from me walking in on you and Terry talking about me. And I'm thinking that, and I was angry. That doesn't cause you to crush a glass. And those things are kind of thick unless they were the real super thin ones. But a lot of those ones that collect the glass, you really got to put some pressure on those to break them like that. And Finn wasn't buying her explanation. And then the way she just says, you know what? I don't want to fight. I hate it when we fight. And so she kisses him like, oh, this makes it all better. This is going to make you forget, like we're good. We're still good. And when she left, Finn is like, no, this ain't right. Something is not up. Something's amok. So that's when he ended up making that call to her mother. But we shall see. There was nothing interesting. Still no Sasha. Still no Brando, no Gladys. I mean, my goodness, I don't know. Did the actress or and/or actor get COVID? Did something happen? And how you got to have that 2 weeks off because what's up? They were a hot story and we have seen nothing. So let's go to comment corner real quick. Comment corner. LaShanta said Spinelli, he doesn't like Austin. Cody is shady. She said, Britt, no. Yeah, I know, huh? And then she says, Liz is finally coming around, but she'll be mad at Finn for calling her mother. Elizabeth ain't coming around. Elizabeth is still hiding what's really happening to her. She's trying to pull the wool over Finn's eyes. And then Annette had a comment on the episode, probably yesterday's episode. She said, go Trina. That's probably when she was kissing Rory. And then Annette said that, yeah, it was an older episode, that she had been missing the story. Thanks for the update. Well, you are welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. And that's it for the comments, because you know what? I understand, fellow GH recap fans, there is hardly nothing to comment on with this storyline. I tell you, I was pulling teeth just watching the different scenes of what I wasn't fast forwarding through just so I could have an interesting recap. It's got to get better. But everyone, listen, have a phenomenal weekend. I will be back on Monday with more General Hospital Daily recaps.